today we are discussing rond de jambes. Rond de jambe is basically creating a semicircle on the ground with your foot. It looks something like this. Front, semicircle all the way to the back. You brush through first position. And then you can go front, all the way to the back, and you brush through first. And then you can do it in plie. And you can also do it off the floor, en l'air, rond de jambe en l'air. So we're gonna start with the basics, which is just on the ground. You'll start in first position, roll your shoulders down and back, press the belly button in, squeeze the glutes together, squeeze the inner thighs together, keep your knees caps kissing, and you're starting in a nice first position. You have to brush through this beautiful first position where you're nice and pulled up, keeping all of your alignment, holding all of your muscles. Every single time you brush through first position, this is the position that you're coming to. So we're gonna start tendu front, then we're gonna rond de jambe to find tendu side, then we're gonna rond de jambe to find tendu back, and then we're gonna close into first position. So you hit the front, you hit the side, and you hit the back, and you hit the first every single time. So then you can speed it up and it goes a little bit quicker. Front, around to the back, brush through first position, front, around to the back. Every single time I make sure that I'm in a truly crossed tendu front. So this is why we start bar after plies, we go into tendus. Tendus are really the foundation for every single movement in ballet. So we have to make sure that we are hitting our beautiful tendu front just as we would in a tendu combination. So you need to make sure that you have your toe directly in line with your belly button. It's not out here, so you're not gonna tendu front and your legs like out to the side. Make sure it's crossed in line with the center of your body, so you can draw a straight line down from the toe up to the belly button. Then we're gonna rond de jambe, rotate our leg all the way open to the side. Make sure you're hitting a true side. So if you're standing in first position, the angle that your toes point is the angle that you're gonna point your leg to the side, and that's your true tendu side. You need to point on that same angle that your toes are pointing in the first position, and that's where your tendu side is. So we hit the cross tendu front. We rotate to find our side, our true side, and then we're gonna rotate our leg all the way behind to find a crossed tendu back. So the toe is crossed in line with the center of the body, just like it is to the front, same with to the back. And then we're gonna brush through first position, maintaining that turnout the whole time. So it's front, side, back, brush through first position. Rond de jambes are amazing for hip mobility. And the reason is, when we practice rond de jambes, the only thing that's moving the entire time is the leg, like the femur bone, in the hip socket. And that rotation is what's rotating our leg all the way around. The rest of our body stays completely still. So we have to keep the supporting leg side, the side that we're standing on, rock solid the entire time. So we do that by squeezing the glutes together when we're standing on 2 feet. And then when I transfer my weight over to one leg, I keep this glute really engaged and I squeeze my glutes together. I can feel like an indent in the side of the hip, like back here. I want to maintain that indent as I shift my weight onto my supporting leg side. I make sure all of the weight is in the ball of my supporting leg foot. My heel is connected to the ground, but there's no weight on it. And now press the belly button in and try to pull up and out of the hips. So we're gonna go, squeezing our glutes in first position, tendu to the front. My toes cross in line with the center of my body. I'm thinking about rotating my heel, the heel that's in tendu. I'm thinking about rotating it up towards the ceiling. I'm trying to spiral my inner leg forward and up towards the ceiling. So I wanna make sure that as I tendu to the front, I'm maintaining this turnout the entire time. Just like in tendus, how we think about leading out with the heel and in with the toes, the same rule applies here. So I'm gonna lead out with my heel to a tendu front. Now I'm gonna continue trying to rotate my heel forward even more, so much that I'm spiraling the inner leg, thinking about the hamstring rotating up towards the ceiling. And my leg is gonna spiral so much, I'm gonna keep maintaining that turnout so much, trying to work it further and further, that it's gonna rotate my leg to the side. My hips stay completely square. The only thing that has moved is my femur bone rotating the hip socket to bring my leg to the side. From there, I'm gonna continue this same motion. I'm rotating my leg forward, this inner part of my leg forward, like the hamstring, the back of the calf, and the heel, towards my front so much that it's gonna rotate my leg all the way to a nice crossed tendu back. The entire time I'm keeping super pulled up on the supporting leg side. I feel a burn in my hip. That's how much I'm engaging and squeezing my glutes. I'm in my tendu back. I'm spiraling my heel down towards the ground, forward to the front of the room, and my heel is leading me into first position. So then when I close into first, I'm in this really nice turned out position again. And then from there, I'll lead out with the heel, spiral my heel up to the ceiling so much that my leg's gonna rotate open to the side to find my side. It's gonna keep on spiraling towards the front of the room so much that the femur bone moves in the hip socket to find my tendu back. And now my heel leads me into first position. To expand on the idea of how the turnout is what initiates the movement in your rond de jambe, I actually want you to think about rotating 2 legs forward at the same time. So I'm not only thinking about this tendu, this heel, that's this tendu leg, the heel spiraling up towards the ceiling. When you're standing in first position, I want you to think about, yes, squeeze the glutes, but then wrap your hamstrings, your inner thighs, forward towards the front of the room evenly, and that's what's gonna really help stabilize your hips. So I'm gonna shift my weight onto the supporting leg and tendu front, and as I'm tenduing front, I'm wrapping 2 inner thighs forward towards the front of the room. I keep wrapping 2 inner thighs forward towards the front of the room, so I'm engaging both legs in turnout here. And that's how I stay super anchored, strong on the supporting leg side. There's no weight in the ball of in my toe on my tendu leg side. All of the weight is in the ball of the foot on the supporting leg side. Now I'm gonna wrap 2 inner thighs evenly as I rotate to a tendu back. Find a nice crossed position here. My toe is centered in line with the center of my body. And now my heel is leading me into first position. So if you look at it a little bit quicker, it looks like this. Front, side, back, first position. Front, side, back, first position. Front, side, back, first position. Then we can reverse it. You start with the tendu back, rotate your heel forward as much as you can to the side, keep spiraling that heel forward all the way to the front, and close into first position. So the turnout really initiates the movement. The arms are very simple, they just stay in a second position. We can get into more complicated rond de jambes, like a rond de jambe en l'air, which is when your foot is off the ground in 45 degrees or 90 degrees, or it can even be 180 degrees all the way up in the air. But the absolute basic rond de jambe is rond de jambe à terre, which is this one on the ground. Just rotate front, side, back. Rond de jambe is amazing for hip mobility, so I really recommend that you practice it. I'm going to give you a very simple rond de jambe combination now. It's very simple to, I did a ballet bar totally in center, which is a similar combination to this. This is also the combination that I like to give my absolute beginners when they come into class on their very first day. This is one of the exercises that I give. It's all about the leg rotation, spiraling that leg in the hip socket, so the only thing that's moving is that femur bone rotating in the hip to rotate your leg to the side, rotate it all the way back. And at the same time as doing that, in order to stabilize your hips, we really have to engage the supporting leg side, squeezing that glute, and that becomes a very good hip strengthening exercise. It takes a lot of strength to be able to stabilize your hips, to keep your hips and shoulders square the entire time, to not let any other part of your body move except that leg in the hip socket. This is taught on day 1, your very first absolute beginner ballet class, and you will be practicing rond de jambes all the way until you become a professional. They are the best strengthening exercise.